Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to talk about why he needs your courageous heart. This is such a counterintuitive sort of thought process with women, and so I want to really dive into this with you today. For those of you new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I release a video weekly. So let's dive into this. Number one, stop demanding your conditions be met first. So often we will instinctively withhold love and expect the other person to show up and give us a reason to give love. But in relationship, as the feminine, we want to allow ourselves to stay open and choose consciously who we want to be and how we want to show up, versus activating his threat response by saying, you need to meet my demands first. This is a guarantee that you will, over time, if this is a normal practice, bring out the absolute worst in him, because he will not feel emotionally safe with you. He will feel that you've got kind of like 1 foot over the fence, and that there are these sort of demands that must be met or conditions where he doesn't feel free to love you naturally in his unique way. And so it is a subtle sort of controlling way of demanding to be loved our way versus, really leaning back and softening and recognizing all the different ways in which a person can love us. And if we are looking for certain conditions to be met, we're really narrowing our ability to see all the different ways he is showing us love in his way, right? And so it's about really softening and settling into your body so you are recognizing the ways in which you're kind of tightening or clamping or going into an inflexible, heady space. And instead, really, how do I want to be? How do I want to show up? Can I put myself out there? Can I be vulnerable and not know what the ending is going to be? Can I not demand certainty, right? And just kind of really being able to settle into this within the body so you begin to create deep emotional safety within your dynamic, whether it be dating or relationship or marriage, but you begin to create that deep safety for someone to truly open up to you and allow yourself to be surprised, because it's when we live in that uncertainty that we can really start to settle in and open ourselves up to surprise versus demanding it our way. And as a result of that, maybe missing all the other beautiful ways in which love and consistency and unconditional love are trying to make its way in. And so really staying open so we are not sort of blocking our blessings in this way. Number two, take self-responsibility. When I say take self-responsibility, what I mean by this is take control of yourself. Notice where you are saying, if you would do this, then I would feel better. Or if you would, pick this up for me or say this, then I would feel at ease. And instead, take responsibility for your inner state so you are not inadvertently putting it in some sort of future timeline when, again, all these specific conditions have been met, right? This is so critical, because then we can say, how do I want to feel? And what do I need to reach that space? Do I need to ask for something? Do I need to have a vulnerable conversation? Do I need to own something within myself that I am scared to face? Do I need to just spend time alone and like give myself the opportunity to get underneath all of this sensation and all these difficult emotions coming up? But taking self-responsibility means we are getting underneath any activation or any trigger, and we're being deeply conscious around how we want to show up next. Taking responsibility for our emotional state and processing it before bringing it to another person. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see, where we bring it to the other person before we've actually processed it, right? And we don't know what we're feeling, but we're putting out this energy that it's their responsibility to fix us and make us feel better. And this, of course, will repel the other from wanting to support you. It's kind of like the analogy of having your car stuck on a highway, right? If you're just sitting in your car on the shoulder, no one's going to really come help you. But if they see you pushing your car, suddenly everybody's pulling over to help be of service to you. And so it's like, where can we humble ourselves enough to truly take that deeper look at ourselves and own what needs to be owned on our end? Number 3, meet him halfway. So when I say meet him halfway, we want to look at culturally how we tend to view these things. So we can either be codependent or ultra independent, which means codependent where we need something from the other person to self-regulate and feel okay. Ultra independent where we block anyone's ability to enhance our life or step in. And so it becomes the beautiful dance of interdependence where we can self-regulate and take care of our emotional state, but we also have that beautiful balance and that beautiful flow of being able to ask for help or share what's in our heart or speak to what we need or ask that question to get clarity for ourselves, right? Interdependence is this beautiful dance between the two. So we are not falling into save me codependent tendencies or I don't need anybody, ultra independent tendencies, and we are flowing with the dance of interdependence, which is always going to be deeply nuanced and a daily practice of checking in and really choosing to have an open heart, which requires a courageous heart to let another person's in to our inner world in this way. So these 3 things will allow him to feel emotionally safe and to connect to his heart when he's around you. So he feels something, right? That's the idea, is like when we are deeply in touch with our own feelings, other people feel us. And that becomes a beautiful dance between the masculine and feminine. So if this is supportive to you, I invite you to visit my website. I do have my group waitlist back up. We begin this summer, so I will link that below. And if this subject and just really enhancing your relationship or building those skills speaks to you, this is a beautiful program to really get started in building this foundation and cultivating that deeper intimacy in your life. See you all next week. Talk soon.